Before TikTok and texting, there was Saved by the Bell, the show that made us want to hang out at the max, skip class with Zack, and somehow ace every test without ever studying. Premiering in 1989, this teen sitcom wasn't just after-school fun, it became a cultural moment that shaped the 90s. But what happened to Bayside's coolest kids after the final bell rang? From heartthrobs to heartbreak, Hollywood fame to real-life curveballs, this is Saved by the Bell cast, then and now. Stick around, some transformations might totally surprise you. Mark Paul Gosselaar as Zack Morrison. Let's rewind to the late 80s, when every teen wanted to be Zack Morris, the charming troublemaker with the killer smile and a giant brick phone. Played by Mark Paul Gosselaar, Zack ruled the halls of Bayside High from 1989 to 1993 in Saved by the Bell. Whether he was scheming his way out of homework or breaking the fourth wall to chat with us, he quickly became one of the most iconic TV teens of all time. But unlike Zack, Mark Paul never froze time. After Saved by the Bell, he kept moving forward, landing dramatic roles that proved he was more than just a pretty face. From 2001 to 2005, he played Detective John Clark in NYPD Blue, trading teenage antics for serious police work. He also led the 1998 comedy Dead Man on Campus, starred in the underground sports drama Pitch in 2016, and had a mysterious role in the sci-fi thriller The Passage in 2019. And in a twist we didn't know we needed, he came back to Bayside. In 2020, Gosselaar returned in the Saved by the Bell reboot, this time as Principal Zack Morris, guiding the next generation of students with a wink and a nod to the past. Now 51 years old, Mark Paul continues to act, recently stepping into darker territory as the main villain in NBC's crime drama Found from 2023 to 2025. From Bayside High to primetime dramas, he's truly grown with us, and we're still watching. Tiffany Amber Thiessen as Kelly Kapowski. Back in the 90s, Kelly Kapowski was the ultimate girl next door, sweet, stylish, and the heartthrob of Bayside High. Tiffany Amber Thiessen lit up the screen as Zack Morris's on and off love interest from 1989 to 1993 in Saved by the Bell. Her smile, instantly iconic. Her scrunchy game, impeccable. She wasn't just a crush, she was the crush of an entire generation. But Tiffany didn't stop at Bayside. Right after Saved by the Bell, she made a dramatic pivot and joined the cast of Beverly Hills 90210 as Valerie Malone, a bold, edgy role that proved she wasn't afraid to shake things up. She stayed with the series from 1994 to 1998, firmly cementing her place as a 90s TV queen. In the 2000s, Thiessen took on everything from action, Fastlane, to rom-coms, What About Brian, to clever crime drama, White Collar. She even brought the laughs to younger audiences with Netflix's Alexa and Katie, earning a Daytime Emmy nod along the way. But there's more. She's also a director, Just Pray in 2005, a foodie, and a host. From 2015 to 2017, she invited us into her kitchen with Dinner at Tiffany's, and more recently, she stirred up laughs on MTV's Deliciousness. These days, at 51, she's still winning hearts, sharing cooking videos and real-life moments with 2.4 million followers on Instagram. From teen idol to multi-talented mom and media haven, Tiffany's journey is as timeless as that cheerleader uniform. Mario Lopez as AC Slater. Who could forget the charming jock with perfect dimples and even better dance moves? From 1989 to 1993, Mario Lopez won hearts as AC Slater, the athletic and lovable heartthrob of Saved by the Bell. He was more than Zack's rival. He was the muscle, the moves, and the mischief of Bayside High. But long before Bayside, Mario had already started making waves. In 1984, he appeared on AKA Pablo and Kids Incorporated, showing off his rhythm as both a dancer and drummer. It didn't take long before that energy landed him a breakout spot in Saved by the Bell, and later, the college years. After high school sitcom fame, Lopez took a serious turn, portraying Olympic diver Greg Louganis in the 1997 TV movie Breaking the Surface. His career then dove into new waters, becoming one of Hollywood's most reliable TV hosts. From the ballroom of Dancing with the Stars to co-hosting The X Factor with Khloe Kardashian And charming viewers daily on Extra and Access Hollywood, Mario became a staple of entertainment television. He even played a steamy Colonel Sanders in Lifetime's quirky mini-movie, A Recipe for Seduction. Yeah, really. Now at 51, Mario is still in top form, quite literally. He's all over Instagram, sharing fitness tips, fun family moments, and behind-the-scenes peeks with his 3.3 million followers. And with a fresh multi-year deal at Great American Media in 2024, he's showing no signs of slowing down. Elizabeth Berkley as Jessie Spano. Remember Jessie Spano, the brainy, bold feminist of Bayside High, who gave us one of the most unforgettable "I'm so excited" scenes in TV history? Elizabeth Berkley made that role iconic, bringing both strength and sensitivity to Saved by the Bell from 1989 to 1993, and again in the 2020 reboot where she not only returned as Jessie, but also stepped behind the scenes as a producer. But Berkley's journey didn't stop at Bayside. In 1995, she stunned Hollywood by taking a bold leap, starring as Nomi Malone in Showgirls, a film that sparked controversy, but later gained cult status. While critics were harsh at first, Berkley's fearless performance later earned appreciation for its raw intensity. She bounced back with strong supporting roles in The First Wives Club and Oliver Stone's Any Given Sunday. She proved her range again in Roger Dodger and Woody Allen's The Curse of the Jade Scorpion, even walking red carpets at the Venice Film Festival. Her TV journey has been just as colorful, from CSI Miami and The L Word to Voice of Reason roles in Titus and hosting gig on Bravo's Step It Up and Dance. And let's not forget Broadway. She held her own alongside Eddie Izzard and drew praise off-Broadway in Hurly Burly. Off-screen, Elizabeth empowers young women through her best-selling book Ask Elizabeth, based on her real-life workshops. And in 2024, she booked a new role in Ryan Murphy's Hulu legal drama All's Fair, proving she's still evolving. Now 52, she connects with fans on Instagram, where 466,000 followers get glimpses of her stylish, mindful life. Lark Voorhees as Lisa Turtle. Before Instagram fashionistas took over the internet, Lisa Turtle was already setting trends in the halls of Bayside High. Stylish, smart, and never short on sass. And the girl behind the glam? Lark Voorhees, who stepped into Lisa's fashionable shoes way back in 1988 on Good Morning Miss Bliss. When that show was retooled into Saved by the Bell, Lisa was one of the lucky few characters to make the leap, and we're so glad she did. Throughout the early 90s, Lark lit up our screens with charm and comedic timing, holding her own alongside Zack, Slater, and Screech. Her presence was unforgettable, the queen bee who could throw shade with a smile and still win your heart. After Saved by the Bell, Lark appeared in various films and sitcoms, including a memorable role as a brainy Harvard student in How High in 2001. She kept busy with acting until 2012, taking on roles in The Next Hit and other indie projects. She also pursued her passion for writing, self-publishing several books that explored both spiritual and personal themes. While fans were disappointed not to see her in the 2015 Saved by the Bell reunion sketch, Lark opened up in 2020 about feeling left out, and the world listened. That same year, she triumphantly returned as Lisa Turtle in Saved by the Bell reboot on Peacock, reminding us of just how iconic she truly is. Now 51, Lark stays connected with her fans on Instagram and TikTok, where she shares life updates, self-love messages, and her ever-stylish looks. From teen queen to resilient woman, Lisa Turtle will always be part of our pop culture hearts. Dustin Diamond as Samuel Powers. Every great show needs a lovable oddball, and on Saved by the Bell, that was Screech. With his wild hair, quirky voice, and endless energy, he made every classroom scene unforgettable. And behind that hilarious chaos was Dustin Diamond, the actor who became Screech for nearly 13 years. Dustin started his journey in the original Good Morning Miss Bliss from 1988 to 1989, and when it transformed into Saved by the Bell, he was one of the few to carry over. From high school antics to the college years and eventually the new class from 1994 to 2000, Screech was always right there, a loyal friend, class clown, and pop culture icon. After the show, Dustin pivoted to stand-up comedy, taking his humor on the road and staying connected to fans in his own unique way. He also showed up on reality TV and game shows like The Weakest Link, Celebrity Fit Club, and even Celebrity Big Brother in the UK. His post-Saved by the Bell years were a roller coaster, filled with public ups and downs. But one thing remained: he left a mark that fans never forgot. In 2021, the world was shocked to learn Dustin had been diagnosed with stage 4 small cell lung cancer. Sadly, just weeks later, on February 1st, he passed away at the young age of 44. Dennis Haskins as Principal Richard Belding. Every high school needs that one authority figure who's always just a little too involved, and at Bayside, that was Principal Richard Belding. Played by Dennis Haskins, Mr. Belding became the ultimate sitcom principal. Strict when needed, but always lovable and hilariously out of touch. Before becoming a TV principal legend, Haskins showed up in several episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard, playing different roles. But in 1988, he found his signature character in Good Morning Miss Bliss, the show that would later evolve into Saved by the Bell. And when the bell rang at Bayside High, Mr. Belding was there, clipboard in hand and ready for chaos. From 1989 to 1993, he kept Zack Morris and the gang in check. And unlike many of the cast, he didn't stop there. Haskins continued playing Belding in Saved by the Bell, the new class, for 7 more seasons, guiding a whole new generation of students from 1993 to 2000. Beyond Bayside, he had fun with cameos, playing himself in The Boys and Girls Guide to Getting Down in 2006, and popping up as a quirky snake oil salesman in A Million Ways to Die in the West in 2014. Now 74 years old, Dennis Haskins remains proud of the role and the man behind the desk. And let's be real, no one ever said, hey, what's going on here?" quite like Mr. Belding. Ed Alonzo as Max. Remember Max, the quirky diner owner with a flair for magic on Saved by the Bell? That was Ed Alonzo. Yes, the guy who could make a milkshake and a playing card disappear in the same breath. Between 1989 and 1990, he charmed us across 20 episodes with his sleight-of-hand tricks and that signature 90s pizzazz. But Ed's magic didn't end when the bell rang. He quickly made a name for himself beyond Bayside, popping up in classic shows like Full House, Murphy Brown, and Head of the Class. And when he wasn't making audiences laugh on screen, he was blowing minds live with shows at Knott's Berry Farm, Valley Fair, Worlds of Fun, and more. Here's the twist: Ed didn't just do magic, he helped shape some of the biggest pop spectacles. He worked behind the scenes with Britney Spears on her 2009 Circus Tour, collaborated with David Blaine, and even helped design illusions for Michael Jackson's This Is It rehearsals just before the King of Pop's tragic passing. From Modern Family to How I Met Your Mother, and even a guest spot on America's Next Top Model, yes, really, Alonzo kept his career unpredictable and full of wonder. And when Saved by the Bell returned in 2020, guess who reappeared behind the diner counter? Max was back, older, wiser, and still magically hilarious. Leah Remini as Stacey Carosi. Before she was schooling Doug Heffernan as the fiery Carrie on The King of Queens, Leah Remini was turning heads at Bayside High as Zack Morris's summer love, Stacey Carosi. Yep, back in 1991, Remini brought some East Coast attitude to Saved by the Bell, managing a beach club and giving Zack a serious reality check. But that was just her warm-up. Long before that, she got her start on Who's the Boss?, which led to the short-lived spin-off Living Dolls, where, fun fact, she starred alongside a young Halle Berry. Throughout the 90s, she was all over the TV map, popping up on Cheers, Evening Shade, Friends, and more. She even auditioned for Friends' Monica. Imagine that. In 1998, she struck sitcom gold as Carrie Heffernan in The King of Queens, a role she owned for 9 seasons. Audiences loved her tough yet lovable vibe, and the show's success made her a household name. Off-screen, Remini made headlines for her real-life courage. She walked away from Scientology and produced a powerful Emmy-winning docuseries, Leah Remini, Scientology and the Aftermath. Bold, honest, and unapologetic. That's her brand. In recent years, she's been back on TV as a guest judge on So You Think You Can Dance, a host on People Puzzler, and popping up in comedies like Second Act with J-Lo. Now in her 50s, Leia's still fierce, funny, and fighting for what she believes in, and fans are loving every minute of it. And there you have it, your favorite crew all grown up. From Saturday morning laughs to serious Hollywood hustle, this cast has taken some truly wild rides since those locker-filled days. Whether they stayed in the spotlight, stepped into new roles, or surprised us with unexpected turns, one thing's for sure, Saved by the Bell wasn't just a show, it was a moment in TV history that we'll never forget. If you loved this walk down memory lane, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll never miss a blast from the past.